morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome back to Drivemodenjoy. It's another day in our garage, just another weekend where we have to work on some things.
Oh, another box of parts.
Another box of parts.
Big
so,
parts.
we technically have a push right now. And the push is we have a huge off-roading trip coming up in a couple months.
Yeah. June. It's April. End of April.
Yeah, so we have to get all these items done before our trip. So we're taking a tiny little break off the Skyline for right now. You will see more, I promise.
Lots more.
Lots more. But we gotta work on the Bronco today. So one of the big things about the Bronco is we need a tire carrier and a jack carrier and a molly panel thing and a thing to prevent the tailgate from ripping itself off.
All the things.
So today we are replacing these with some hefty mamma jammas. This tire carrier will hold up to a 39-inch tire.
Are you putting 39-inch tires on there?
No, we're not putting 39-inch tires on it, but eventually we'll probably put 37s. That is realistic. But the one thing this does do is it allows us to actually have a place to at least mount the off-road jack. Any other accessories that we have going on, it needs to happen. So that is what is cooking in the kitchen on Drivemodenjoy today. So first step, we got off the spare tire carrier. Now, we do have to completely remove this door, completely. It's going away. Since we want it to line back up correctly, I say we put some tape on it and make sure it's perfect.
Sounds good.
So we're gonna put some tape on it, mark it, just so we know when we put it back, it's going to be in the exact proper place. I think that's the best way to move forward.
Good call.
All right, so we just did some easy lines on the tape just to make sure that we can't screw it up, I guess. Blake is taking a razor blade to it now, so it still opens, still does its thing, but we have a permanent reminder of exactly where this needs to be. So let's see the next steps. All right, so the next step with this tire carrier is to get out these plastic thingies, which just says use a plastic trim removal thingy. Is there actually a screw in it?
There's a screw.
Huh. Interesting. That might have been an update for our year.
Maybe.
Because when these instructions were written, it wasn't for 2022. May 2023. So that's interesting. And then we have to take off these leading bolts on the outside to get those out. So we're gonna do that now. Is it that bad? Oh, I get it now. It's just the rubber around it? Okay. Interesting. After a little finagling, that piece is on the ground. Blake is working on getting out the actual camera, I'm assuming. And then we need to disassemble the third brake light to get that stuff out too, but we're making progress. Very good stuff. After a lovely breakfast break.
Yeah. Second try's a charm, I guess.
Do you want to tell them what happened?
I ordered food and sent it to work. I didn't check the address. So.
It was still great though.
Yeah. My boss and one of the
They're going to be so happy.
Yeah, they had pancakes.
See? It's a better thing. So, we have opened the tailgate. We need to take off this plastic piece right here to get to things behind it. So, we're going to do that now. It's just going to be a fill-ups. Not too bad. The joys of working on cars, Blake.
The joys.
I'm sure that that is easily coming out, isn't it?
Not quite.
So, a little tidbit. These plastic things, they are so annoying to get out. Because when you unscrew the middle, it just wants to go back in.
If you pry it a certain direction, you can't get the screwdriver in because of where it's located.
Exactly. So we're working on this last one right now.
We may need to take this strut off.
I want to open it more.
Yeah.
Might be a good call. Piece out. It was not fun. I have no idea where the fastener went. It went shooting across the floor somewhere. So we'll have to find that later. Next step, I believe, is we have to mark these hinges to make sure they go back in the same place. And then take off the tailgate and the hinge. So this is the scary part. We got to start undoing these hinges, putting new hinges in place, and starting to swap out everything, which will be really interesting. So I'm gonna set you guys up here, and hopefully we don't butcher this. Put you guys over here. This is gonna happen.
2,000 years later.
Think that's as good as it's gonna get. Okay. So one bracket's on. We have to do the bottom one.
It's perfect.
It's lined up actually, yeah. First try?
First try.
We might have to do some little adjustments, but I'm happy with this so far. Now we gotta do the bottom one. What do you think so far?
I didn't know you were going to record me. It's only the tiniest bit done, but that thing is really super beefy.
It is really beefy.
See? Look.
It's like 3 times thicker.
Wimpy.
Beefy.
We're so old.
We're so old. Okay, next we're gonna do the bottom mount now. I'm gonna set you guys up to see that. Alright, sorry about that, guys. The battery actually went dead while we were doing that. Both hinges are on, Blake.
Yeah, and everything lines up. Straighten this tape out. I mean, it may be off like a 0.5 millimeter, but it's right
It's
there.
really close, yeah.
And I think
We'll send it for now.
this side is perfectly lined up. So I think what's going to happen is once we have the tire on here,
We may have to adjust it a little bit.
maybe a little adjustment to bring that down. Or actually, the tire may weigh it to where it brings that down, and this has to come up a little bit. But as of right now,
Yeah.
it's hitting the striker plate perfectly.
Yeah, that should be good.
Feels original.
So on to the next task. Alrighty, next step after aligning everything is we need to put on this X brace, which Blake is getting to right now. Really cool X brace, actually. It's actually directional.
It might be. It wasn't lining up quite right.
Oh, I wonder if that means the hinges are too far out. Oh, no, they line up now. Yeah? Just a little off.
Yeah.
The hinge needs to go up a little.
This needs to move up ever so slightly. I think that's started.
Seem to be going in fine.
I think so. Yeah, the tension is on this.
I wonder if we should undo that just a little bit here. I'll get to this side. Okay, I am on it. That helped a lot. I would move, but I can't. Am I good? Yeah. Ooh, the X is on. Ooh, that's kind of cool looking.
It's not sunk down all the way though. So just impact it on and we'll sink it down.
Yeah, I would assume so. Sweet. Okay, next, remember these little things? We get to plug them.
Plug them?
Plug them.
How do we get them out?
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Never be defeated. Already won. Already won. Never be defeated. Already won.
Alright, plugs are in. Next step is you thread on these M8 with an oversized washer, and then the carrier just sits on it. So this big piece sits on these right there. Have a friend help you as well. Alright, so we're able to get this big piece hanging on those two. But this is not fun. Oh, wait. What just happened?
It just shifted. I just have to get this in so I can get the wrench on it.
Ah, fair. This thing's heavy. I see what you're doing. Bolt is not easy to get to, huh?
They're gonna have to be way further in.
Actually, I think you need to hold it up while we're doing it. Ooh. Is it going in?
Yeah, I'm just hand threading it.
So Blake, we always admit our mistakes.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna admit my mistake. That X, it's just for alignment.
All it does is align the hinges with each other.
Yes.
Smart.
So, now we can actually do this properly. Okay, that makes sense why things weren't lining up correctly. Okay, so let's do this correct now. So, now we do it again. Yep, I got this end. This is gonna be a lot easier, I have a feeling. Oh look, look, it's flush now.
Okay. Now, what bolts fit where?
We have 6 outer bolts that we need to do. So we're doing this, that, there, and there.
Do we use the OEM bolts?
We do use the OEM bolts. All right, so all those bolts are in. They all get torqued to 30 foot-pounds. 30. Not 400. You're so good at that, Blake. Your Ooga Doogas.
Oh yeah.
And then these bolts go in here. Easy peasy, although I think this will come back off. Ooh, that's good.
It's hard torquing something on a hinge that tries to move around weird.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Ow!
You okay, buddy?
I didn't realize those bolts weren't in on the way.
Blake, those bolts weren't in all the way.
Thanks. Okay.
All right, now we gotta torque these to 18 foot-pounds. We'll get that done now. All right, so before we move forward, we actually bought this accessory pack, which comes with a mounting panel, and it's gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Pretty cool.
So it does come with its own supplied hardware, so we're just replacing that out now, and that's it.
Any washers that go in
It
these?
should be no washers. Should just go in and bolt up and call it a day. At least on the molly panel part. And this just gets torqued like everything else to 17 foot-pounds. It does look super pretty.
I'm gonna let it just hang.
Yeah, I think we'll let it hang once it's in there enough to let it hang. It does look cool. I have no idea what's going on at Blake, but it looks cool.
Looks cool. Could zip tie something to it, like a, I don't know, like a stuffed animal or something,
That would be funny.
or a doll,
A creepy doll.
or just the severed head of a doll.
Okay, you're a little too far from me this morning. Mounting up fine?
Yeah.
Yeah, so on this it says 17 foot-pounds, which is kind of crazy,
We're gonna go to 20.
just for ease. Thought I heard it for a second, but
Is this one too small?
maybe. Did it spin?
No. Just good.
Here, try this one.
Good and wedged in there.
That one's too big. It's not a star though. All right, so that is installed. The next step is we have to run the wiring for the camera. Easy enough. So the camera wiring is run where it needs to be, but next step for us is we have the RTR high lift jack holder. So we need to get the plates ready for that and install those different pieces. Easy enough. high lift plate. First step is you put in these carriage bolts. On the back, you do these like rubber isolator things on both sides. That was super easy. Next step, we need longer bolts on the side, so we'll get that now.
Already won. Never be defeated. Already won.
All right, next step. So you put these long bolts in here. Spacer and nut on the back, that's done. Use these huge M12 bolts to secure this now to that plate, and then you tighten everything up. Super easy. Next step, after talking with Anna, we're gonna put the spare tire mount in the middle position to the far left, just in case we do accessories over here. Gotta run the camera right through it, but easy, just uses these same big bolts, 45 torque spec. Blake is on it now. He's the nut man today.
Should I get these in?
Let me check. So next step before we move further, we have to do this stopper for the tailgate, and I believe Blake just needs to pop off that gas strut.
There it is. It's off.
Nice. So once the gas strut is off, then we need to unbolt this, and I believe pull that off there. Yeah, this is gonna be super simple. But this prevents the tailgate from doing anything stupid and like breaking the light, which you can see right here. It's getting close. So we're gonna do that now. We're gonna skip over the individual steps of this and just install it. So the stopper is not on. We broke a bolt for it. I'm blaming the bolt because we didn't even get to the foot-pounds that it told us to. Or my torque wrench was faulty.
I mean, sometimes torque wrenches at low settings won't click.
So we're just gonna move on. That new bolt's gonna be here tomorrow, so that's not really the end of the world. So we're just gonna finish this and keep moving forward. Alrighty, for the next step, we actually have to work with this and get this all going together. Alright, so you put this bracket in here like so. We come over here, let me get you guys a little view. So we're gonna take the camera, feed it through, and then this slides in like so, and then we put bolts in it and try to secure it loosely for now. Bolts are installed, they're loose. Next we have to transfer the OEM camera into the bracket, secure it using a retainer, and one of the number 10 large pan head bolts. Easy enough. I think it's time for the camera.
Yeah, stuff it in there. Get it down nice and deep like.
You're freaking me out, man. Guess it doesn't matter, right?
Looks like it fits really nicely.
Kinda. I mean, I'm getting binded on this extension really bad, actually. Yeah, I'll do this a little bit. Do that a little bit. Give me a little bit more. Okay, so in theory, all I have to do now is find the hole. These were not very fun to thread.
Those screws didn't self-tap very well, did they?
No. I also don't know that they were meant to. So this is the camera.
Working on a Bronco, wearing a Tacoma Nation t-shirt.
You're wearing a Texas 2K shirt.
Oh, show is.
I think that's as good as it's gonna get, to be honest.
It's a really nice looking piece too. The camera fits it really well.
It actually does, yeah. And we have a little bit of adjustability.
Sick.
I think next up we have to get the brake light all squared away.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Assembly was really straightforward, so we didn't film it. Same thing, 2 carrier bolts in the middle, flange nuts on the back. We're not gonna do it like full tight, so we can still adjust the height of this. But that's, yeah, really straightforward. We'll get that on now. Plug up the brake light, make sure it works. That's gonna be a big part of it. And yeah, start to mount the high lift and everything else. Alright, brake light is back installed, the camera's routed, everything's good. We need to put the high lift on. That's next.
Let's do it.
So, let me put you guys here. The high lift is big, so.
Question.
Yes.
How are we going to tighten these once the high lift is on? We can't tighten these with the high lift.
Ah, you're right, so we need to get the tire on there to know our thing. Okay, tire's going on right now. Alright, tire's installed. Alright, so, as y'all can see, that is an RTR Tire Carrier, jack mount, molly panel, 1 broken bolt, completed.
Yeah.
What do you think? You just saw it for the first time.
I'm happy.
You're happy?
Yes.
So, I think it's awesome. It definitely fills out the truck for some reason. I don't know why it does, but it definitely makes it look meatier.
It does.
It does, actually. I would agree with that. It makes me want wheels a little bit more than I did before.
Speaking of wheels.
Do you want to give them a sneak peek?
Yeah, I do.
So sneak peek for future Skyline content. That is a raised box, everyone. Should I just do a little teaser?
Show it.
For the Skyline. We'll get into more of the specs later. All right, final thoughts, Blake. This didn't go exactly to plan with a few things, right? We still haven't installed the tailgate stopper, which is required for this. Just, if you order the RTR tailgate tire holder, you have to buy the stopper. We broke it.
Yeah, honestly, it wasn't that difficult. Just took a while. Lots of nuts and bolts.
We screwed up a couple things, but nothing that's detrimental to the vehicle.
I will say I don't like this.
You're gonna discuss it?
So these screws on the bottom that hold the camera in place do not allow the wheel to clear properly. So we had to basically set it on there and rock it back and forth
Until it went on.
and it wound up scratching powder coat off the top. But that's okay. Nothing a little spray paint can't fix, right?
True. All right, so this has been the RTR install. More RTR parts on the Bronco. Always happy about that. So, once again, everyone, thank you guys so much for watching. From Rob, Blake, Anna, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Comment down below, should Anna buy wheels for the Bronco? And should they be JDM wheels?
Like,
I think so.
make sure their closed captioning is on for that.
I think so.
For that whisper.
So once again, this has been Drivemodenjoy. See you guys next time. Bye, everyone.